Hi guys, my name is Montserrat Matos. I am doing my internship at Delaware Guidance Mobile Response. And so at Delaware Guidance, we don't necessarily address substance abuse or opiate use at any system level. We primarily respond during the moment of a crisis, whatever the family identifies as a crisis. So we're not providing actual direct services for that. However, we do include any substance use for the client and the family or any history during our assessments, which is important to note because we want to identify and see if there's any substance use going on in the family or if the client is having any substance abuse problems so that we can best help to address those problems and see if there are any contributing factors to their current presenting problems. Basically, we're trying to see how any substance use problems may be affecting them right now. So there aren't any opportunities for any additional prevention per se. What I can say is that once we open a case and we follow up with the clients, there are certain activities and interventions that we do to help clients with coping skills and maladaptive behaviors. And so, speaking about more basically just strengthening their coping skills can, in a way, be a prevention for any substance use in the future. Some of the takeaways that I take from this week's readings are regarding the planning for implementing any type of prevention program to address substance use in a community. And one of the things that really stuck out with me is the fact that you just can't address all the problems at once. You have to use the evidence that's presented to you by the community and any research that you do, and then you have to determine what the primary problem, you have to prioritize the problem that the community has. Once you do that, then you'll be able to identify any risk factors that are contributing to the community's problem. Because once you identify those two factors, then as professionals, we want to identify what are our protective factors, what are some of the things that the community is doing that can help this issue. And so then we want to look for ways to strengthen those protective factors. So I thought that was really, really interesting. It was a very interesting way of approaching the matter. And one of the things that I have learned, not only from this week's readings, but just from being introduced into the substance abuse world in a way, is the fact that it can be such an overwhelming process, even for us as professionals or new clinicians. It can be overwhelming. And so to me in particular is very interesting. I think it's a population that I did not think that I would want to work with before, just because I felt that it wasn't what I was good at. It wasn't, something that I knew much about. And I came into into graduate school not really knowing much about substance abuse and the effects that it can have on society, on the individual, in regards to health, to the criminal justice system, to injuries, in mental health, and just the list goes on and on and on. And when you really, really think about it, substance use and substance abuse are oftentimes in the middle of majority of the social problems that we encounter. And so it is very, very important to effectively provide treatment to all the individuals that are struggling with substance abuse. And so we know that there are multiple barriers. If there was one thing that I did know, was that there are multiple barriers for individuals to receive treatment. And so I really look forward to continuing to learn more about this issue, this major issue that we have so that I can know how to help and how to make a difference.